We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sims. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now. And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB. He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Jordan James with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Niners need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone. I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go. Cowboy 80.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
60 Eagles, 60.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is caught. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the Eagles at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Come on. Set. Hawk 70. Hawk.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
70 Timberwolves. Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Michael Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Ready.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Here we go. 19, Tiger, 19. Ready.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. You look at this Niner defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done.
It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Niners are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught. Downfield is Pearsall. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
22 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Let's go.
On the ground, it's James. Muscles him off. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Ready. Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've got to contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
Get it!
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
2! 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
It'll be a 43-yard, kind of just a single yard on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
2nd and 10. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pretty sizable deficit here in the 1st quarter. This defense will probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
James on a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, You've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
First down, San Francisco.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. They'll set up to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Here's second and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Ready up.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
Okay, break.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
68, Cougar 19.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far.
Come on.
This is 3rd and 9.
Liking 18.
He'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Ready, break! Ready! Ready!
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ready, set!
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready, ready! 18 Cardinal, go!
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And just shutting him off there. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Tyrone Tracy, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And it's 17-7.
Makes the score Niners 17, Eagles 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
49ers.
Here we go!
Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. That's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him. That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Got it. Ready? Cougar 19. Ready?
Now a toss right to Barkley. Broken tackle. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the 41, here's second down and 8.
Set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
He'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Go. Bronco 80. Ready.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll look to throw here. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll hand it to Tracy. Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
The 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. 70 Lions. Go.
Barkley inside handoff. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Four yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10.
Get it. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready, ready.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Well, they went with a fullback dive that time.
And, Brandon, when I was a kid, the fullback carried the ball equally as much as the running back, then known as the halfback. Nowadays, the fullback's job is to block. Put him out in front, let him clear a path.
They still have a couple more chances here from the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is was unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal.
Ready?
They'll go with a keeper. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
Ready, set. Hiking 18.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Hiking 18.
The 42-yard line.
Go.
They'll drop to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Back to throw here. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force the incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Down the right sideline. Inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Jordan James with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And this one's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let's go.
Here's a give to Barkley. He's got some breathing room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Ready? Bronco 80.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Cowboy 80. Ready?
On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
At the 46-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
That's to his running back, complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
At the 42-yard line.
Stephanie. Cougar 19. Ready.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Come on, set.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short at 45.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Here we go, start. 19.
A bullet throw, but incomplete. A misconnection there, and he's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
18 Rattler.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Pack the 60.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the Niners' 28-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
He's a trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
We know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A handoff to Barkley. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 93 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ready.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Go.
They'll go again with Tracy. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Tyrone Tracy, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17.
Eagles 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Still fighting for more. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. That went into the hands of Hamilton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On the ground, it's James. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. 2nd and 6. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Let's go now.
Here's James. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now this complete to Pope. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Ready.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that will bring up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Bronco 80, Buffalo 18.
Now Saquon Barkley. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. 1 yard and now no yards. Have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Okay, ready?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Cougar 19. Ready, ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. James. A good spaced out break there as he takes this down inside the 45-yard line. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yards.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nolan Smith. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. That's complete to Pearsall. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. They run it with James. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Go! 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes it down.